your team and take them all the way. Madden NFL 17.
This is the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship presented by Northwestern Mutual. One more spot yet to be claimed in the regional final, and UCLA will battle North Carolina for that spot in just a few moments. And hello everyone, Sam Gore along with Olympic gold medalist and former NCAA champion Dane Bland. We've just caught our breaths after that last match, Minnesota surviving in 4 against Missouri.
Yeah, it was just impressive the way Minnesota got better with time as it went on, because you know why? They had too many weapons. Sarah Wilhite had 16 kills, Hannah Tapp with 14, Molly Lohman contributing with 11, Alexis Hart had all the power in the world, and of course Paige Tapp put up 14. So the distribution was absolutely incredible by Samantha Seliger-Swenson, the setter, who just put the ball everywhere. Missouri just couldn't figure it out.
Well, Missouri is going home. Minnesota is moving on to the regional final. There is one spot yet to be claimed. North Carolina and UCLA are about to play to meet Minnesota in the last 8 tomorrow night. So speaking of UCLA and North Carolina, Dane, what do you think of that matchup? It's a little unusual, isn't it?
Very unusual. It's rare to see an ACC team playing a Pac-12 team. They don't run into each other very often. These two teams have played twice before. You'd have to go back to 1977 and the last time 1997, UCLA winning both of those contests, but that was 20 years ago. This is something new. It should be very exciting. Both teams don't know a lot about one another.
And the ACC team's the higher seed.
Yep, they're 7, UCLA's 10.
Let's get into our impact players for this match, because there's a lot of individual talent on the court.
Riley Bushler, the 6'1 junior outside hitter, and Jordan Anderson, the 6' senior outside hitter, are cornerstones. Just taking a look at their numbers, 3.21 and 3.27 kills per set respectively. They are going to have big matches if UCLA is going to overturn North Carolina and advance. On the other side of the net for North Carolina, they have some superstars. First, Julia Scholes. She is a freshman, the ACC Freshman of the Year, in fact, and Taylor Lee, she is the ACC Player of the Year. So 2 really solid players. Look for them to rise to the occasion tonight to try to advance North Carolina.
North Carolina comes into this match the higher seed against the Pac-12's UCLA. Can they live up to the hype? It's the Tar Heels and the Bruins next.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction and knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
Whoa, you're halfway there. Whoa, you need another player. Yeah!
Build your team and take them all the way. Madden NFL 17.
The NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship is presented by Northwestern Mutual. We help you live life differently.
Here in Minneapolis, North Carolina and UCLA about to play the nightcap to claim the last spot left in the regional final. And now let's take a look at how both of these teams plan for success. Brought to you by Northwestern Mutual.
Well, first off, for UCLA, they have solid and consistent defense, but they must use that versatility, speed, and balance to take down North Carolina. North Carolina, they have to block effectively, especially on the pin hitters. They must play exceptional because of the speed of UCLA's offense. Very similar teams. I think UNC has a little bit more physicality. but the quickness goes to the Bruins.
A senior opposite side from
Now the Tar Heels, led by the veteran Joe Segula in his 27th season at North Carolina, the current ACC Coach of the Year. Coach Segula guiding this team to the regionals in 2 of the last 3 years. And Mike Seeley, he was a heck of a player. He's turned out to be a heck of a coach as well. Led the Bruins to their 4th NCAA title. That was in 2011, and also was a fantastic player with the UCLA men's team back in the early 90s. Seeley now in his 6th season at UCLA. So Dane, when you look at this matchup, I mean, this is your definition of toss-up. We have no idea coming into this one who's even the favorite, do we?
Yeah, it's interesting when you look at that and you think you see a very equal matchup. UNC being the 7th seed, UCLA being the 10th seed. You think maybe this is going to be a battle and go 5. And whenever I think that, someone ends up sweeping one way or the other. But it is going to be a battle. Like I said, very similar teams. I think the quickness goes to the Bruins. The size and physicality might go to North Carolina. But it's going to be a clash. And the great thing that we know we're going to get is really high-level volleyball.
Well, North Carolina this year beating Penn State at Penn State. It's the first home non-conference loss for the 7-time national champion in 5 years. They also beat Wisconsin in Chapel Hill, and then a day later lost to Minnesota in 4 sets. So the Tar Heel resume, very impressive. At one point this year, they had the 2nd most difficult non-conference schedule in the nation. And they ran through the ACC, only lost 1 match to win the ACC title. And UCLA battle-tested coming through the Pac-12. UCLA entered the last week of the regular season with a chance to win the Pac-12. Washington, though, squeaked it out. And you said it, Dane, this Tar Heel team is a very physical team. In fact, they will triple block when they get a chance, which is something you don't see a lot of at the collegiate level.
Absolutely, and that's why that quick offense is going to try to thwart that movement, and that's why it's so important for North Carolina's pin hitters to be effective.
Abby Curry will start us off, the setter from Plano, Texas, and the team captain. And right away, a kill by Jenny Frager out of the middle for the Bruins.
back to serve.
Frager up and over early. Mike Seeley is a guy who likes to establish that middle early on to open up the pins.
Tori Van Linden, one of the best freshmen in the Pac-12 with the serve. The speed of UCLA was concerning Joe Segula. That's out. Untouched. Point Carolina.
That's another thing we're going to really want to monitor with both of these teams is the unforced error. It's all about keeping it in and trying to get a feel. Remember, this first set, these teams are going to be trying to feel one another out and see what they're coming with.
Skulls out of the back row. It's a good dig. A net violation on North Carolina, so point to UCLA.
Riley Bushler on the outside rips that ball. It was going to be dug, but that net error is costly for North Carolina.
Jordan Anderson with a service error. Point North Carolina. Fricano will go back to serve. There are 4 Taylors in the lineup for North Carolina. First name Taylor. This is one of them, Taylor Fricano, second team All-ACC this year. A transfer from Wisconsin. This is her second season at North Carolina. And a service error.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not going to be using first names.
No, too many Taylors. And there's a Taylor over on the other side of the net, Taylor Formico for UCLA, one of the best liberos in the country. It's Kylie Miller back to set, one of the setters. Just a freshman, a high school All-American. Wow. Kill by Taylor Leaf, the ACC Player of the Year.
Showing you why right there. That physicality, that big vertical leap on the outside. She gets up one-on-one, and she just rips that ball straight down.
Mariah Evans in to serve, a freshman from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Joe Segula has already guaranteed himself a very successful recruiting class for next year. And Dane almost got taken out by that pursuit.
That was a good one right there.
Yeah.
I know, because as a player, I would sometimes try to go over the top of the stand there. She comes right over, and good thing she didn't get hurt. She hit that monitor pretty good.
Good hustle. Leaf with a little off speed, and it works. So Taylor Leaf, she's the leader of this Tar Heel team, the player of the year in the ACC. She starts this match out with 2 kills. Absolutely crucial for her to get started successfully.
And you better believe that UCLA has tried to game plan for her, and she's not a player you're going to stop. You just got to try to slow her down, try to contain her a little bit.
A nice swing on the right side by Claire Felix, the middle blocker from Colorado Springs.
Felix with that backslide gets up big, and most people that like to hit that backslide love to go cross court.
Smart shot by number 11, Taylor Formico. Formico rotates back to serve. The 2-time Pac-12 Libero of the Year, leads the Pac-12 in digs, 3rd on the all-time list. In fact, she's Kerry Walsh Jennings' cousin. And a double contact on North Carolina, so point to UCLA, and the Bruins all of a sudden extend the lead to 7-4. A 3-0 run by UCLA. And punishing that, Beth Nordorn. She has really come on late in the season. In fact, she leads the ACC in hitting percentage, and it wasn't until the last match of the year that she qualified. She finally got enough swings.
Yeah, she's impressive, and seeing her serve and pass, she's very vocal. She's a leader out on the court, and she needs to have a big one. Look at that hit, so quick that the block was not formed just yet. It was difficult to tell what side of the net it went on, but if the block is just a slight half-second late, that ball will squeak in between the blockers and go straight down. So big hit by Claire Felix.
There's Ryan Chandler, daughter of a former NFL quarterback Chris Chandler. Another point for UCLA. Tori Van Winden, first team all Pac-12 and all freshman team.
High level of difficulty on that last set by Ryan Chandler, but she put it in perfect position.
UCLA is hitting 600 already, and the Tar Heels 375. So a clean start to this match. It's 9-6 now in our opening set. Curry checking in to serve for North Carolina. Curry's had 22 aces this year. Good effort by Leaf. There's a Tar Heel block. That is a real strength of North Carolina, the block, and Fricano getting most of that.
McCorkle and Fricano up at the net, just stuffed this ball straight down. Looks like it might have ricocheted off of a UCLA player. Came down so quickly.
North Carolina, the 6th best blocking team in the nation. There's another one. Fricano again.
Fricano was late, but she put her hands in the right position and still got the block. Look at that. Just leaning into the seam at the last second, not even nearly over the net, and ends up blocking that ball. Great athletic play.
And she's a converted middle, too. She started her career as an outside. Scholes. Oh, nice swing by Van Linden.
What I like about both sides of the net right away, out of the gate, they are coming strong, hitting the ball almost every time. We're not seeing a lot of tips. Both sides being aggressive.
Scholes had plenty of time to line that up. Julia Scholes, the ACC Freshman of the Year, and you could make the case that she was just about as worthy as Leaf for ACC Player of the Year. Only a freshman, and Joe Segula has a 6'7" freshman setter sitting out this year. So the Tar Heels looking good for the next few years. A nice kill by Bushler. And Bushler has some famous connection as well in her family line. Her father, Judd, a basketball American in Arizona, and played in the NBA for 12 years, now an assistant with the Lakers.
That ball falls a little quick over the net, catches UCLA off guard. I'm surprised at how often that dump, the two-handed dump over the net, right into the middle of the court, ends up landing. See it in so many matches.
Greer Mosman in to serve for the Tar Heels. That's out, but it was touched. Point UCLA. The back judge called it out. The up judge said it was touched, so the Bruins get the point.
Yeah, I think they got that call right there. Looked like a touch off the block. Tell you what, you know, tonight the refereeing has been absolutely stellar.
Yeah, it has. Oh, look at that leaf.
So smart right there. That is why she is the ACC Player of the Year. Not only does she just block that ball, she guided it to the back corner where nobody was. She saw it was open. She tips it deep to the corner. The defense is shallow. Point for North Carolina.
You see that a lot with Leith as opposed to Scholes. Leith has a lot more variety in her shot attempts. Scholes is pretty much coming right at you. Bushler, boom. Bushler with another kill. Coming off a 13-kill performance against Baylor last weekend. Baylor was the team UCLA beat to get here.
She just rips that right in the seam. She's a member of that 1,000-kill club. Started the match with 1,113 kills under her belt.
And we talked about Bushler's dad, of course, with his basketball connections, but her mom was a fantastic volleyball player at Arizona, still rakes in the Wildcat top 10 in assists and digs. Her mom was a standout setter there. Both of her grandparents also went to UCLA, so strong UCLA connection in the Bushler family.
What a set.
Oh, and what a block. Taylor Tracy. First team All-ACC performer.
And look at this, one-on-one, gets up, over, presses, perfect timing by Taylor Tracy for the stuff down.
Tar Heels already have 4 team blocks. Now Lawless picks up the point for UCLA.
Back to serve, number 11, Taylor
Formico back to serve. She's had double-figure digs in all but one match this year. It's a fantastic libero for Coach Seeley. Overpass.
Wow. Coming at you. Taylor Leith initially put that away, and then Taylor Tracy just thundering it straight down. So aggressive right now on the side of North Carolina.
Tracy from Columbia, South Carolina, explosive hitter. Nice shot down the line by Anderson.
Anderson has that nice ability going straight down the line. North Carolina with a 15-14 lead over UCLA.
Hey guys, it's Erin Napier here with my husband Ben in Bank of America to show you how to make beautiful decor on a budget. Give this a quick coat of paint, a few holes, and some rope for hanging. Fill with your favorite plants and you've got an instant indoor garden.
Want more green? Use the Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card to earn 1% cash back on all your DIY supplies.
Next, we'll show you how to turn an empty wall into a work of art.
I don't believe much in fate, but I know I am bound. I see you in everything and everything.
We love to keep them safe. So we made the Nest Protect smoke and carbon monoxide alarm. It speaks up and can alert your phone if there's a problem, or let you know if everything is just fine. Because, you know, we worry.
Well, Saturday starting at 8 Eastern, it's the Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Nissan. And immediately following that, looking forward to this, it's our next 30 for 30 film titled Catholics versus Convicts. The story behind the 1988 college football game of the year between #1 Miami and #4 Notre Dame. All starting Saturday at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Also streaming live on the ESPN app and Watch ESPN. Well, look at all the fans that stuck around, Dane. Again, Minnesota's already in, but that's how much they love volleyball here in Minneapolis. And here in Minneapolis, it's after 10 p.m. And these volleyball fans are passionately here supporting the Tar Heels and the Bruins and finding out who their Golden Gophers are going to play. And there's a little pocket of Carolina blue over there behind the Tar Heel bench as well.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. Such a knowledgeable volleyball crowd, and they love it here.
And they are not being disappointed. It is a close opening set. In North Carolina, the 7 seed, UCLA, the 10 seed in the tournament. Little busted play there. And Taylor Leaf. Back row attack again.
We got to give a ton of credit to Mariah Evans making an incredible defensive play. And she's involved in so many plays, and she'll just sacrifice herself, #1 for North Carolina. She is fearless on the defensive end.
Here's Curry. Curry, one of the other setters. Anderson tools the block, gets the kill. UCLA this year changed their offense. So they toyed around with a couple of different offenses. Bushler getting the touch and getting the kill.
Smart play. It looked like there was nowhere to go, and that's where a smart outside hitter will use the top, hit high hands, and out of bounds. That's exactly what Riley Bushler does. Here's a set from about 15 feet off the net. Hits it flat, high off the top of the blocker. Very effective.
UCLA, such a scrappy team. Van Winden has been their star offensively. Anderson doesn't get the touch this time. Point North Carolina. And Scholes will go back to serve, the ACC Freshman of the Year. She graduated from high school early to get to North Carolina in January of right after she graduated in December, and that really helped acclimate her to college sooner. And was a little exposed there as UCLA had a wide open court to hit into, specifically Bushler.
Formico passed that ball, which looked like it was going to be an ace. Sometimes you overlook that initial contact and take it for granted.
Bushler again, nice dig by Doyle. And a strong swing by Lawless, just had too much on it. And UCLA, a little momentum here, leading 19-16. There's Ryan Chandler. Her dad, Chris, is here tonight, former NFL quarterback. Point UCLA.
That time, Lawless took a little off it, goes high off the hand, so some smart volleyball being played by the Bruins.
And the Tar Heels take a timeout. They're in the midst of a 3-0 run and lead 20-16 in the opening set.
We'll need you guys to redo all that work.
Oh, that's not good, no.
Whatever it takes. We're really running into some issues here.
What? Yeah!
Can you believe this?
You know you're not on mute, right?
Well, the NCAA Volleyball Championship continues with the national semifinals Thursday, December 15th at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship, visit NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships, and also a place where you can go check out the bracket of the NCAA tournament. 7 spots have been booked in the regional finals. This is the last one up for grabs. Winner here plays Minnesota tomorrow night. Tracy trying to get it to go down. UCLA bobbles it around, and finally North Carolina claims the point. That ends the 3-0 run by UCLA. Mosman rotating in to serve. North Carolina has 19 players on the roster. Only 15 can travel. Mosman, start of the year, wasn't on the travel squad, but worked her way onto it, mostly behind her serving. And there you go. Good serve by Mosman. And the Tar Heels are within 2.
Tar Heels just chipping away right now, trying to close the gap. And I think all they have to do is eliminate a couple of errors and play consistent. That's what UCLA has done to get the slight edge.
That ball has some action on it. Powerful swing there by Bushler. She's been lethal everywhere. She's been the go-to player for UCLA in this opening set. That's kill number 6 for Bushler, and no errors.
I like what Bushler's doing. As her game has evolved, she's become more aggressive and more confident on both the right and left side.
UCLA up 21-18 first set. And the hammer from Nordhorn.
Nordhorn, so effective, hitting 442, crushes this thing angle, and this is sharp right here. That's the advantages of having that nice jump and a 6'7" frame.
Can you imagine Nordhorn next year? She's 6'7". She's going to have a 6'7" setter. Tracy with a little touch. Felix says enough of this. Both teams having trouble getting in system there. North Carolina takes its second timeout as UCLA leads 22-19. Now there's the 6'7" setter I was talking about, Holly Carlton. She's from Sterling, Virginia. She grew, she was 5'9" and grew to 6'7". So she grew up as a libero and a back row player.
Yeah, it's just incredible. A coach said that she was, like you said, 5'9" as a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
And the smaller type player. And
so she can move. You know, I mean, she was trained as a back row player and now has this height and will be setting for the Tar Heels next year. She's left-handed too. Is that an advantage as a setter?
It's a huge advantage. When you come in, you are a setter, you become an offensive weapon, and the other team really has to respect that. So she's got quite a few things going in her advantage, 6'7" and a lefty.
But that's next year. She's redshirting this year. And a reminder, Saturday at 3:15 Eastern, we transition to basketball, something both of these schools know something about. Big 12 rivals from the past, Nebraska and Kansas, will be facing each other. And then following that, another pair of old-time rivals, former national championship matchup. Number 5 Duke battles UNLV in the hashtag Neon Hoop Showcase. Both games also streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. This would be a heck of a basketball game between North Carolina and UCLA as well.
Absolutely. Two schools so known for their hoops.
Leaf gets the point. Each time Joe Segula's called a timeout, North Carolina has sided out. Leaf rotates back to serve. The Tar Heels down by 2. Again, this opening set goes to 25, win by 2. Segula, the ACC Coach of the Year this year. Led his team to the ACC Championship. They had their best start in school history. We're 11-0 in ACC play to start the season. Tracy. North Carolina has won the last 2 points and are within 1.
Yeah, they continue to creep in. It's by playing smart, keeping the ball in play, being aggressive at the right times, and really controlling the net.
Leaf out of the back row. She could not have walked over there and put it down any better. That was perfectly placed by Taylor Leaf. And watch out, the Tar Heels are right back in this set. And UCLA has taken a timeout.
Wow, how about that? North Carolina just staying the course. You know, they were down a few points, but they focused. They knew that they could make a run, and they got right back into this thing. So now it's going to be a battle. You always say it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And teams that know how to close from 20 to 25 usually are the successful ones.
Well, Taylor Leaf has 6 kills, no errors off 11 swings. She leads the Tar Heels offensively.
Taylor Leaf, so effective. Started out with her first hit, crushing it, establishing, playing smart ball at the net. She's even effective out of the back row. Such a great athlete, so versatile all over the court, and having a spectacular match so far, trying to close out this first set to give her team the edge.
I mentioned she doesn't have any hitting errors. Well, North Carolina has 0 hitting errors in this opening set. 12 kills for the Tar Heels as a team, 37 swings, no errors. UCLA has 7 hitting errors in this opening set.
Yeah, that's interesting. When you have no errors like that and you're hitting 324, you'd think that they would have run away with this set a little bit. UCLA, 7 hitting errors, and they're still right in the mix. So UNC needs to look out.
Well, the difference is UCLA's got 20 kills and North Carolina's only got 12. So we're tied at 22, first set. The regional finals on the line. There's the Tar Heel block. It's come up big here in the opening set. And North Carolina has come from behind to take a 1-point lead. Oh, what a smart shot by Felix. Some confusion over the call. We still don't know who is getting the point. And now UCLA is being awarded the point.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what happened there. Looked like the ball was up, the whistle blew, then the down referee called a net violation.
And the point has been awarded to UCLA, and it is a huge point.
Let's see if there was the net violation. There you see North Carolina go up, press over. Oh, it looked like it's UCLA into the net right there. Number
Felix.
8, Claire Felix.
Well, Tracy comes right back and hammers it opposite corner to side out for North Carolina.
Wow, what a big call in the clutch in set number 1. And North Carolina, like you said, needs to brush it off, and they're in position now.
Set point, North Carolina. Sheila Doyle back to serve.
The bottom just dropped out of that ace.
Sheila Doyle delivers the ace and delivers the opening set for North Carolina. Well, that one lived up to the hype. We knew it would be close, and it was. Carolina wins it.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver more online purchases to homes than anyone else in the country. And more hippopotamuses, too. So whatever your holiday priority, our priority is you.
I urge all of you to enjoy your life, the precious moments you have.
Help us beat cancer, folks. Log on to jimmyv.org or call 1-800-4JimmyV to donate. All donations benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research. And we welcome you to Jimmy V Week for Cancer Research on ESPN as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jill Valvano's dream to defeat cancer. A little tie-in with Jim Valvano in North Carolina, Dane. The last person to make a shot in Carmichael Auditorium, which is where the Tar Heel men's team played before they moved to the Smith Center, was Jim Valvano. They played North Carolina State, last regular season game of the year. Game was over. Jimmy V grabs the basketball from the official and runs over and makes a layup. And in the press conference, he was asked, why did you do that? And he said, I wanted to be known as the last guy to make a shot in Carmichael Auditorium. And he certainly left an impression, really not just in the ACC, but all over the world. That speech will live in infamy. The Tar Heels winning that first set. That was one that was very much undetermined until that final ace by Curry.
It's all about closing. Like I said, it was deadlocked at 22, and then it comes down to who really wants it more, and the cards kind of fell the way of UNC. Expect UCLA to rebound right here because these two teams, a really good matchup, very equal, and I think this thing's going to kind of seesaw back and forth for a while.
Scholes, a good dig by Bushler. And a nice swing, good set as well as McCorkle gets her first kill of the match.
I like where McCorkle just hit that ball. Instead of trying to be a superstar and crush it straight down, she went for that back line. And like I said, it's so hard to play defense on that high shot.
Answering in the middle is number 10, Frager.
Back to serve number 5, Tori Van Winden.
Van Winden, a fantastic freshman year for UCLA. She had 19 kills against Stanford twice this year. By the way, UCLA swept the series against Stanford this year. Mike Seeley was telling us today, you know, they beat Stanford when Stanford was playing really well. High-level match.
Yeah, he actually said it. Sometimes you catch a good team on an off night, and that wasn't the case. Stanford played extremely well, and for UCLA to beat Stanford twice, sweep them, it just shows you the potential of this Bruin team. It's just about being consistent for them because they've shown throughout the year, and we always know the Pac-12 is a dogfight every single night, but Stanford, that is a strong team that I think is going to go really deep into this tournament.
Well, there have been so many comparisons between this UCLA team and the national championship team of 2011, and that was one of them. It's the first time a UCLA team has swept Stanford since that championship season in 2011. Bushler continues to add to her kill total. She's up to 7 now.
Oh, wow, that did not look good.
Under the net.
Oh, good thing
Curry,
she's up.
Yeah, Curry getting up slowly. That was dangerous. A double contact called on Curry. The point goes to UCLA, but she got tripped up under the net.
Yeah, I don't know if she lost her footing or slid. Oh, okay, I think she landed on a player underneath the net.
On the UCLA side.
On the UCLA side, and lost her footing. Take a look at it one more time. She comes in, watch the right foot go under the net on top of Riley Bushler, and that's where the slip happened. That could have been really dangerous. Very fortunate that she was able to get up and walk it off.
She's going to have the trainer take a look at that ankle over there. Nordorn just got the kill in the middle for the Tar Heels, so UCLA up 4-3. Bushler is stuffed by Taylor Leaf, excuse me. One of those Taylors.
Leaf, she was feeling it too. After you get a big stuff block like that, timing is on point.
Again, we've got 5 Taylors in this match between the two teams. The Tar Heels have 4 of them. Kill from the left side by Lawless.
Really like Ryan Chandler's location on that set. She puts the ball in perfect position, and she makes it look so easy.
Lawless is such an admirable student athlete. She's overcome so many injuries over her 5 years at UCLA, a shoulder injury, a torn ACL, and ending her year very successfully for the Bruins. We're tied at 5.
Taylor Leaf back to serve.
Smart shot on that last play. It looked like the Bruins really dug in and on their heels. UNC has really established an aggressive game.
Good receive by Formico. Nice block, but the Tar Heels keep it alive.
That cover was amazing by North Carolina, and it's an overcall on North Carolina. I don't think anybody touched the ball, so if there was no ball touch there by North Carolina, then it shouldn't have been an overcall. We're not getting a huge argument.
Taylor Leaf came over to protest, but he's given an explanation. Point UCLA. Bruins up by 1. Scholes goes long, but it was touched. Point North Carolina.
Back to the bench, number 5.
So a break there for Julia Scholes.
Back to serve is number 11, Sheila Doyle.
Doyle back to serve. She had the ace to end the opening set. Miscommunication there by Lawless and Formico.
Yeah, you'd think that Formico would be the primary to step in there and take that ball.
Whose job is that?
Yeah, I believe it is Formico's. She would be stepping in to take that second ball if the setter wasn't there.
Overpass. Pancake dig by Scholes. And finally UCLA gutting out that rally.
Yeah, UCLA very fortunate there because they're not putting the ball away. A lot of tip shots, a lot of miscommunication, out of sync a little bit. And North Carolina is going to make them pay. Fortunately for UCLA, North Carolina hit that ball into the net.
Nice up by Bushler.
Another tip by UCLA.
And Leaf again in the net with that attempt. And UCLA edges in front by 1. Again, North Carolina went a long time without an error. The Tar Heels now with 3 hitting errors for the match. And tooling the block is Anderson. UCLA winning that rally to lead by 2 now. Formico with the serve. Formico with 9 digs already. Point North Carolina.
Yeah, you get it done any way you can. Talking to head coach Mike Seeley, he said, you know, you got to learn to win pretty. You got to learn to win ugly as well. And right now there's a few things that UCLA could really clean up. Their tempo and their timing and their cohesiveness. Setter to hitter right now seems to be just a little bit off, but fortunately they're still scoring points. There, a pass a little too close to the net, resulting in a net violation. It just seems like they're just slightly out of sync right now.
You played against him. What kind of player was he, Dane?
Great player, just similar as a coach. He was one of the best setters that I ever played against, and just a cerebral guy. Very high volleyball IQ and very stoic. You see him on the sidelines. He's a very even-keeled guy and keeps everybody in line, so you don't get too excited or get too down. A great quarterback and of the offense, and just a good all-around guy. Real class act.
You know what he's also good at? Rolling his sleeves up. That's a masterful job there, getting him all the way up to the elbow.
Well, his whole game, if you look at his attire, it's down. I mean, those pants are tailored perfectly, the Euro cut. I mean, he's got it going on. He was always a stylish guy.
Yeah, we got 2 stylish coaches tonight. Joe Segura looking good over there as well on the North Carolina bench. I said that coming into this regional, if you took Hugh McCutcheon, Wayne Kreklow, Mike Seeley, and you, and got coached by Joe Segula, I think we'd take any of the other regions.
We'd have a pretty strong team, huh?
Yeah. I mean, even though we got Karch Karai and Paul Sunderland and Lincoln, I think we'd take them from this region.
You better watch out. Karch is a guy who'll take that challenge. You're going to get an email, and he's going to have a date and a venue set up.
Well, it'd be on you, not me. I'll just watch. Service ace by Scholes, point UCLA, and the Bruins leading by 2. Van Winden serving for the Bruins. She skipped her senior year in high school to enroll in UCLA early. Point North Carolina.
Abigail Curry just bump set that ball right in a perfect situation. That's what you have to do. You're going to be out of system at times, but it's the teams that can recover. They can step in there, bump set the ball to the right position, as long as you have some strong outside pin hitters.
Mosman had an ace earlier in the match.
That was nice. Riley Bushler doing it all right there. Perfect pass. She swung out to the left. That's how you teach it. And then she just blasted it right in the seam. Perfect play by Riley Bushler.
She is a dynamic player, especially tonight. She's the one player your eyes keep being drawn to. She missed that time, but she's just a catalyst out there. Instant energy for the Bruins.
Well, she always plays with that type of energy. Fiery, focused, always on point and ready to go. Great teammate as well.
Unleashes to the corner.
So you see the difference in that broken play going back and forth. We're seeing a lot of tips out of UCLA, but when North Carolina gets an opportunity, what do? They take a swing at it. Might be not be their best swing, but you be aggressive, put it in the right spot, it's more chances than not that that ball is going to go rather than the tip.
Where do teams make a mistake in that situation?
What, on offense or defense?
Yeah. Instead of taking a swing at that ball.
Well, then they're just tipping it. See, there's another tip by UCLA. That's what the difference is right now. UCLA's tipping a lot of balls and not hitting in transition.
Good pancake dig there by Formico. And Bushler ends the rally for the Bruins. Credit Formico with keeping that alive. Formico in double digits already, 11 digs.
And it's funny, you see a tip right there by North Carolina, and it starts to be contagious on both sides. You got to stay aggressive.
There's a North Carolina block. At time, Taylor Tracy getting most of that.
I like that. Riley Bushler going for it. Some of those balls are going to get blocked. The seam was open. But I like that play rather than tipping over free balls.
We're tied at 14. Both teams will get a break after this rally. Another good dig by Formico. And a good attempt by Bushler to avoid the antenna, but she doesn't clear the net. North Carolina leading by 1 and up a set with a spot in the regional final on the line.
Papa John's scouting report on this season's best new prospect? Thick, cheesy, and golden brown. Papa John's new pan pizza. Try a 3-topping for $10 and a 2-liter Pepsi for $2.
Papa John's, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
On December 23rd.
We are a go, yes? No go, no go. Are you saying it's a no-go, or are you saying no? Go.
Why Him is easily one of the year's funniest movies.
No clowning. You have my word.
It's absolutely hilarious.
Kobe beef slider.
A real comic gift for the holidays.
The guy's off his rocker.
You got a banging bod.
Barb. Stop talking about how hot my mom is.
She's sneaky sexy. Took me by surprise.
Why Him? Rated R.
Well, look at Ryan Chandler as she is featured on ESPNW.com this week. We invite you to go to ESPNW.com and read more about the winding road of UCLA's Ryan Chandler. And, of course, we have told you about who her father is. Ryan's father, the former NFL quarterback Chris Chandler, played for 17 seasons. Yeah, he's proud of his daughter, huh? And actually, her grandfather is John Brody, former NFL quarterback. There's Dad Chris for the Falcons, and there's John Brody, her grandfather, for the 49ers. Her uncle was a professional tennis player, Larry Stefanke, who used to coach Tim Hinman and Andy Roddick, among others. Also has another uncle who's a professional soccer player. So, wow, I mean, what athletic lineage in the Chandler family. We are tied at 15. Second set. North Carolina won the first. The winner moves on to face Minnesota in the regional final tomorrow. Point UCLA.
It's so interesting to me. This match started out with all players really ripping the ball, trying to establish themselves, and it's turned into a lot of tipping going on. I remember I used to get into those kind of a habit or in a groove, and you have to, someone has to start really ripping that ball and try to get you in that aggressive mode. But this set is really anyone's set to take. UCLA with just a 2-point advantage, but we saw how North Carolina closed set number 1, so look out.
Good dig by Doyle, the one-handed dig.
Oh, UCLA,
that was touched.
In the net, actually. UCLA, that ball was wide. and it's on number 8. That is Claire Felix. So an unfortunate net for UCLA. This ball's hit out of bounds. Felix being a little too aggressive. Got that forearm right on the net.
And you know, Dane, remember back in the opening set, UCLA had the lead. North Carolina came back and won at the end.
Oh, that was a beautiful set by Kylie Miller.
But it goes out. Point North Carolina.
That was a one-hander to the outside. You don't see that very often.
So that nice one-handed set by Seliger Swinson in that last match that was successful. The Minnesota/Big Ten Setter of the Year. Minnesota awaits the winner of this match. Fricano with the block, and North Carolina leads by 1.
Fricano gets up, really good timing, presses over, sees that there's a seam. Whenever she's late, she kind of pulls her hands off, puts them in a great position, and it's got a couple blocks doing that. That was a nice turn.
Flawless answers for UCLA. And she's overcome so much adversity with all the injuries she's had in her career, but has managed to finish strong. Perfectly placed by Anderson, and UCLA leads by 1.
That's what I love about Anderson's game. It's the versatility. She sees the court well. She has the ability to turn it. Most players would have hit this cross court. She rips it right down the alley between the blocker and the antenna.
A service error on UCLA, the 3rd service error of the night, and we're tied at 19.
Also entering the match, number 4.
Abigail Curry in to serve for the Tar Heels. Anderson picks up the point for UCLA.
Anderson with a really quick arm swing. I always say it's difficult to teach quick. You can't really teach quick, and she's got that ability to close quickly on the ball at the very last second, squeak it in between the blocker and the net.
She was a top-level soccer player in youth soccer and decided to switch to volleyball at age 15. Fricano had to push that over. Not touched, point UCLA. Hitting error on Borup. And the Bruins now up 2 deep in this set. And North Carolina taking a timeout. The Tar Heels lead by a set. The Bruins trying to tie it before we head to intermission.
Sierra's innovative cargo box helps you get the job done easier, faster, and smarter. Easy lift and lower tailgate means just that. Effortless access to your cargo. A corner step rear bumper makes loading and unloading easy. And new tri-mode power steps are there when you need them and slide back to provide easy access to the front of the bed. The innovative cargo box in the Sierra 1500, intelligently engineered with you in mind.
Okay, Google. What time's my first meeting?
The first thing on your calendar today is at 11 a.m.
Yes.
This is the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship presented by Northwestern Mutual. And this is the nightcap of all the regional semifinals. And it is a close one. North Carolina squeaking out the first set. And UCLA holding to a 2-point advantage here deep in the second. The winner moves on to face Minnesota tomorrow night in the regional final.
Great serve right there, and it's going to result in a point. So out of the North Carolina timeout, it's UCLA that puts the pressure on and goes up by 3.
Tarheels answers for North Carolina. The ACC Freshman of the Year pulls the Heels to within 2. Point UCLA.
Wow, she is something special, Jordan Anderson. You just throw a ball out in any type of hittable position. She's got creativity.
Anderson started at West Virginia. There's Leaf looking for the touch and got it. Wow. Point North Carolina.
Point Tar Heels.
Good call by the head referee. Both line judges signaled no touch there, but it was pretty obvious.
UCLA clinging to a 2-point advantage as a result of this.
There it is,
yeah.
Right off that right hand. Great call.
That was Anderson's right hand. Mosman into serve for North Carolina. She's a Californian. And another ace. Her second ace. And again, this is a player who wasn't on the travel squad to begin the season. And what a big serve there as the Tar Heels within 1. Bushler answers.
Bushler just ripped that one with that quick arm, finding the seam. If you think that middle blocker's a little bit late getting there, you want to crush it right in the seam, as she just did.
10 kills for Bushler, and the Tar Heels take their last timeout. It is set point UCLA after this timeout. And if you're North Carolina right now, Dana, what's the focus here?
Well, I don't believe that they shouldn't have allowed themselves to get in this position. They started tipping, and both sides are tipping. If you look at the hitting percentages, UCLA is hitting 140 on the other side of the net. North Carolina hitting 111.
This set.
I mean, it has been kind of a back and forth tip fest, and that's why there's been so many attacks but not a lot of kills. And so right now, North Carolina has to be aggressive. We saw them in a similar situation at the end, but not facing match point right now, and UCLA's in the driver's seat. I think UCLA is going to close this out unless UNC comes up with some really big and spectacular plays and controls the net.
Again, it is set point UCLA. After this set, we'll head into intermission. And UCLA desperately wants to go in tied at a set apiece. What a day it has been all across the country in the regional semifinals, with 3 of the top 4 seeds being pushed to final sets and overcoming match points. Minnesota beating Missouri tonight in 4 sets. And they will play the winner of this here in the Sports Pavilion inside Williams Arena. Minnesota has a 35-match win streak on this court, so whoever wins this match is going to face some long odds. But we saw the underdogs all day threatening the higher seeds. Set point UCLA. How about that? What a way to end that set.
Yeah.
An ace delivered by Muno. First time we've seen her in the match, in fact. Chris Chandler is happy that his daughter's going to go into the dressing room tied at a set apiece instead of down 2-0. A very competitive final regional semifinal. The Tar Heels and Bruins are tied at a set apiece here at intermission in Minneapolis. Opening point goes to UCLA. As close as this match is, Dana, I would imagine the little things make the big difference. What are some of these little things that these teams can focus on to try to distance themselves?
Well,
I know you were against the tipping.
Not a big fan of that. Now I'm very curious as to who comes out and plays a little bit more aggressive. And right now it seems to be UCLA doing that. But when you talk about the little things, it's about positioning. passing the ball to the right spot, not 5 feet to the right or to the left, but to the right spot to where that ball can be set and getting out of trouble. The small things position-wise are everything. There's a roll shot tip by UCLA, and then a big hit on the outside, which is dug. I like that power. You see that one roll shot, and that was enough for Jordan Anderson. She was fed up. Second time, got a chance, and she rips it.
Yeah, blistered that ball across court. Anderson now with 8 kills. Formico off the slide, dug by Formico.
I like that. Bushler, she's got that kind of cuff shot down the line, and if you're blocking, you get a little too aggressive, and right there, North Carolina nets.
Bushler picks up her 9th double-double of the season, and Joe Segula wants a timeout. UCLA up 4-0.
Emerge restored, fortified, replenished. Emerge every day with Emergen-C, packed with B vitamins, antioxidants, electrolytes, plus more vitamin C than 10 oranges. Why not feel this good every day? Emerge-N-C.
Above the Tar Heel bench, but here's the Bruins. The former NFL quarterback in the mix there. Chris Chandler there on the right, clapping his hands. His daughter Ryan in the match, playing very successfully. There she is, Ryan Chandler in this match tonight. 18 assists, 6 digs. UCLA strong start here in the third set, up 4-0. Tar Heels taking that early set time out. See if it settles them down.
Oh, what a rundown by Chandler.
Oh, good dig by Doyle. And Bushler tools the block, gets the point.
And Bushler didn't even look and see where that ball was going. That's why she's laughing. Look at there. Chandler keeps that ball in play. Some really great defense being played on both sides of the net. And then it's Bushler who just rips that ball. Doesn't know where it goes, but her teammates tell her that's a kill.
And there's a kill in the middle for the Tar Heels. Haley McCorkle. McCorkle won the Super Ram competition at North Carolina. That's the strongest female athlete on campus. In the middle, Frager gets the kill.
Yeah, whatever Mike Sealy told the Bruins, they have come out and they are playing with a different intensity here in set number 3.
Winner moves on to the regional final.
Oh, what an angle right there. I thought that ball might be going out, but Taylor Leith, that physical ability to get up on the left side and really rip a sharp angle to the right.
Leith now with 12 kills, only 2 hitting errors, 11 digs. Fricano to serve, and a service error by the redshirt junior from Illinois. 4th service error for the Tar Heels.
Well, maybe a little aggressive there, but I don't mind that. I like that. Sometimes when you go aggressive from that back line, it starts to change the way the game is being played rather than just throw it in as a free ball.
Should be an overpass. Kept alive by Formico. And finally, the right side kill by McCorkle.
And a lot of emotion out of McCorkle right there on that last hit. She said, let's go, let's go. And she was intense, pounding her chest right there, trying to get her teammates into this one and fired up.
She hit .565 against Coastal Carolina last weekend. That's the team the Tar Heels beat to get here. They beat High Point in Coastal Carolina.
She missed it.
Yeah.
She tried to go for the tool of the block, but she is not going to get it. It was a great idea, just poor execution right there. Look at this extension. The pancake, that ball comes up nicely. Kylie Miller in the backcourt.
Point North Carolina, Tar Heels down by 3. Bushler this time, she is successful on that swing.
Rips it right in the seam. So smart. You know, over the years, Bushler has become a mature player with a higher volleyball IQ. She knows the middle's late. She crushes it right to the seam.
Bushler with a double-double tonight. 13 kills, 10 digs. North Carolina sides out. Leaf goes back to serve.
Wow, how about the set?
Oh, good dig, though, by Evans.
Wow.
Sweet angle. She avoided the block altogether.
Van Winden right there coming in from the left side. And she made it look easy hitting that sharp angle. This is an extremely sharp angle. It lands right on about the 10-foot line.
I mean, Dane, if you're North Carolina, I mean, you couldn't really do anything about that, right? I mean, that was just a fantastic shot.
Yeah, you'd really have to adjust drastically in the backcourt and shift the defense.
UCLA up 9-5. Back row attack from Leaf. 9-6.
Big unforced error right there. Communication problems for the Bruins. That was just a kind of a down ball roll shot, and it ends up hitting. Here it comes out of the back row. A little easy roll shot. I got it. You take it. The ball hits the ground.
Anderson.
Back in the match, number 10.
Anderson, honorable mention, Pac-12 this year. She's on the Pac-12 All-Academic team. Leads the team in double-figure kill matches this year. Anderson has 3 kills this set. A little miscommunication there by the Tar Heels. So a free point to UCLA.
It's so important that you stay focused 100% of the time, because if you blink, all of a sudden you're not ready for something and the ball will fall.
North Carolina answers. Fricano. Kenna Fricano, a converted outside hitter to middle. She's very comfortable swinging. Fricano with 3 blocks tonight. Good serve. And that is perfectly placed by Frager.
Frager hits a very high percentage, 348, good for 6th in the Pac-12 this year. She rips this one nice, kind of 80% to that deep corner.
Point North Carolina. And I think one thing we should point out, Dane, is obviously these are student athletes, and for both of these schools, they're in the middle of exams.
Yeah.
UCLA's got 17 finals they have to take. North Carolina had to take final exams today, some of their players. They're still not sure what their exam schedule will be like tomorrow, because if you lose, you go home. And some of these players are scheduled for Saturday exams. So it's not all about volleyball.
No, it's difficult to be a student athlete and to have those responsibilities. Absolutely.
I mean, look at what's on the line on the volleyball court and what's on the line in the classroom this very weekend.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And to have this late start and the travel, and you're expected to really focus and bring your A game, and you might be kind of spread thin in terms of that mental capacity because of studying and all the things that go along with it. It is a challenge at times being a student athlete, especially when you're on the road.
Leaf combining there with Nordhorn.
Look at Leaf. Makes it look easy, doesn't try to do anything special, takes away an area and targets that ball right back into the court.
Tar Heels have 9 blocks right now to just 3 for UCLA. But Frager is hammering away in the middle of this set.
Give all the credit to Ryan Chandler on that little back flip of a set. She put it in the perfect spot. Wow.
Chandler with 22 assists. Miller has 16 in the 6-2 for UCLA. Bushler gets the tip. Point UCLA.
UCLA is playing more aggressive right now, and it's starting to show with this 5-point lead that they've built.
You know, it does feel like UCLA is playing more aggressive, Dane, but the lead is only 6. You know, it's just been hard for either of these teams to really get separation.
Well, the big thing is that both teams are playing pretty well defensively, so it's hard to put the ball away.
Yeah.
Even on tough swings, you're seeing a lot of soft blocks and the ball being kept in play. I haven't seen that one right there.
Analyze that.
Wow. That's a true trickler of a serve. Just barely getting over the net.
A timeout taken by the Tar Heels. A set apiece. UCLA up 7 here in the third.
You're really festive?
Well, this time of year, there's plenty to be festive about.
Like what?
You smell like nutmeg. Like the Hyundai Holiday Sales Event. It's your last chance of the year to save big on every new Hyundai.
Oh, I'm feeling more festive already.
Wait, did you say save big?
Yep.
Oh, I think I hear holiday music now.
Oh, no, that's just my ringtone.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. This is the reason to buy now. Get up to $2,500 off the new Sonata during Hyundai holidays.
Well, over on ESPN after the Suns-Lakers game tonight at SportsCenter at night with Stan Verrett. He'll have all the NBA, NHL, and college basketball highlights, NFL news, as well as everything else from the world of sports, including the NCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament. SportsCenter at night after the NBA doubleheader on ESPN. Also streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. And speaking of that Lakers-Suns game, a little connection from that game to this match is that Riley Bushler's dad, Judd, an assistant with the LA Lakers. So dad's at work tonight, and daughter's at work here on the volleyball court. There's Riley, her father, Judd. Of course, played in the NBA for 12 years, won 3 NBA titles, now is an assistant with the Lakers. Her mom, a standout setter at Arizona. Point Tar Heels. There's look at Judd Bushler. Won 3 championships with the Bulls. And Carrie Walsh-Jennings, she has a tie to this match as well. She's the cousin of UCLA libero Taylor Formico.
Well, you know, Judd Bushler, he's got volleyball skills as well, aside from basketball. I remember him entering tournaments in Chicago when he was there, professional beach events.
He was playing basketball?
Absolutely, he can play.
Point, North Carolina. Tracy getting the kill on the right side for the Tar Heels.
And then you mentioned the ties, Carrie Walsh-Jennings having a cousin, Formico.
Yeah.
And what a career she has had. 3 gold medals and that bronze this year in beach volleyball in Rio. And I think she is going to continue playing and setting an example for all these young athletes coming up.
There is a tip. The point goes to North Carolina, prompting Mike Seeley to jump up and call timeout as the Tar Heels are in the midst of a 4-0 run and are 3 behind UCLA at the moment. Here in this pivotal third set, we're tied at a set apiece.
And there you see assistant coach Tony Kerr discussing with the Bruins. And an interesting thing I saw in the last break we had, he had most of the players laughing, a little looser. And, you know, that's what Mike Seeley will do, allow the assistant to get in there and do their thing. And it's all about kind of loosening up. This is a pressure situation. Sam, you just mentioned about all the finals that are being taken, all the scholastic side and academic things that are happening. And sometimes you get a little too tense out there. It's just about loosening up the players so that they play to their potential. And I'm sure that's what both coaching staffs are trying to do at this point.
Well, I mean, Dane, the volleyball culture itself is a fun culture. It's a sport that has its heritage in a social sport. I mean, it's a lot of fun to play volleyball. But how do you find that balance at this level when you're trying to win a national championship but trying to keep it loose?
Well, that's the thing with almost everything. You know, sports are fun, but when we get caught up in the competitive aspects, sometimes we get a little too tense, and it inhibits our ability. And that's what great coaches are for, and great teammates to get you back to that comfort zone. And that's what the attempt is right now on both sides.
Mariah Evans back to serve for the Tar Heels, setter from Colorado Springs. She's a freshman, a highly sought-after recruit. Scholes tries to dig that ball, and Doyle dives over the table again, but can't save it.
I don't think Doyle was going to stop.
No.
That was effort right there. She wanted to get that ball in play. And I love that type of effort. You just never know when a play is going to turn the momentum to your side.
And our stats guy, Ryan, did not flinch. Kill there by Nordhorn. And the Tar Heels trying to come from behind. They've been trailing this entire set. They started out the set down 4-0. Felix, she'll take it.
What a set right there. Kylie Miller of UCLA with a one-handed gem. Look at her put that thing right on the spot for Felix to put it away. We've seen some spectacular setting here tonight.
Put up by Doyle. Oh, Tracy. Very fortunate there. She knows it. There's that fun culture in volleyball.
Well, you'll take that any day. That ball could have stayed on one side or the other. It trickles over. And that's just what North Carolina needed.
Love that reaction. 19-16, UCLA still in front. This is the third set in this 3-out-of-5 set match. Taylor Bora
Explosive right there. It all started with Sheila Doyle's dig. And then the absolute crush by Taylor Borup on the outside, acting as if there's no block in her way.
Borup, also a freshman, was the 17th highest ranked recruit in the nation, coming to the Tar Heels from Leesburg, Virginia. Felix again. Every time North Carolina looks like they're going to catch UCLA, the Bruins have responded in this third set. Felix rotating out, 20-17. This is Chandler back to serve. Defense by the Bruins.
UCLA is playing a lot more scrappy, smart volleyball here in the third set, putting themselves in position to win points. Look at this block up. It's a little late, but still, it is successful.
You used the word that was on my scouting report for UCLA, Dane, that they're a scrappy team. Tracy keeps the Tar Heels close.
Tracy sure is doing her best to try to emotionally lift her team to that next level of what they know they're capable of playing.
That was her 6th kill. Curry back to serve. The Tar Heels trailing by 3 here deep in the third set. Match tied at a set apiece. And that was on my scouting report for North Carolina. A very good blocking team, the 6th best in the country, in fact. This is Sydney Fields.
Sydney Fields and McCorkle. Sydney Fields gets it all right there. Huge stuff down. She averages 1.39 blocks a set. Starting to make some noise.
Anderson, too much firepower for Leith. And UCLA moves ahead 22-19.
This is a crucial point in the match right now. Very pivotal on who can come out on top in the third.
Service error on Van Linden. So Van Linden commits the 5th service error of the match for UCLA, and North Carolina pulls to within 2 as a result. Untouched, it's long point UCLA.
It's a big point right there. North Carolina trying to get the touch call, but it's not going to happen.
Point North Carolina. Good effort by the Bruins, but they could not save that ball. And the Tar Heels still within striking distance, 23-21. Mosman has been a very effective server for North Carolina, trying to bring the Tar Heels back.
A miscommunication by UCLA. North Carolina is going to have a big point scoring opportunity here.
Free ball for the Tar Heels. And Leith makes the most of it. Timeout UCLA. North Carolina within 1. This is the 3rd set in this best of 5 set match. Here's that last point.
Taylor Lee unleashing. We haven't seen her hit it with that type of velocity in quite some time. A little aggression there, a little frustration. She's trying to fire her team up and get them back in the mix. If they can score one more, they'll be right in there. And I think a great time to call a timeout for Mike Sealy of UCLA. He knows he's still in control here. He needs one side out to get to 24. And he's in the driver's seat.
Well, the Tar Heels block really has shown up here late in this third set. The Tar Heels with 10 team blocks right now, the 4 for UCLA.
Yeah, so important up at the net to control the net. Usually the team that does so is victorious. And the Tar Heels getting their hands in the right positions at the right time, pressing, peaking, and it's all about going up in sync with your end blocker if you're a middle, and that's what North Carolina has managed to do, and that's why they have been successful at the net.
Leaf, the double-double, a 10th of the year, 15 kills, 15 digs. The Leaf also has 2 of those Tar Heel blocks. Fans enjoying a little MC Hammer there. It's appropriate for volleyball. Again, there's that versatility and high volleyball IQ. She's tied the score at 23.
Smart. She crushed the last one. That put UCLA a little bit on their heels. She goes up, sees the open court, and executes.
And Bushler gives UCLA set point.
UCLA really needs to close out, but you know what? The damage has been done. North Carolina here has really clawed their way back into this. Now they just need to receive serve.
Miller to serve. And Leaf cannot receive that serve, and ace ends the set. Kylie Miller with the ace, and the Bruins take a 2-1 advantage. A spot in the regional final is on the line. The Bruins are a set away from claiming it.
Hi, we're the Holford Quads.
We're in 8th grade.
Technology is the only thing that really entertains us.
I'm going to use this picture on Sketchbook, and I'm going to draw mustaches on you all.
Using the pen instead of fingers, it just feels more comfortable for me.
Be like, boop, it's gone. I like that only I can get into it and that it recognizes my fingerprint.
Our old tablet couldn't do that.
It kind of makes you feel like you're your own person, which is a rare opportunity in my family.
This season, start a new tradition. Experience the power of Infinity now with leases starting at $319 a month. Infinity. Empower the drive.
The NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship is presented by Northwestern Mutual. We help you live life differently.
A beautiful look at downtown Minneapolis. And it's good to look at this shot because you don't want to be outside right now. It is 10 degrees with a wind chill of 3 below. But inside the sports pavilion, things are definitely toasty as UCLA and North Carolina trying to claim that last spot in the regional finals to face Minnesota tomorrow night here on this very court. And UCLA leads now 2-1. But North Carolina started playing better at the end of that third set, Dane. So I'm interested to see if the Tar Heels can kind of carry that momentum over into this set, even though they lost that set.
Yeah, they did what they needed to get back in there, and then a little bit of a shank pass at the end. They weren't able to complete that mini comeback. UCLA ends up winning, but UCLA was more aggressive early on, and they were able to close the door. Now it's a matter of, can you continue to be consistent to get the win here in the fourth set? But North Carolina's going to bring it. I've seen the frustration and the aggression on their faces at times. They just need to play with that sense of urgency a little bit earlier in the set and not wait until it gets to 20 all.
This UCLA team, Dane, is so loose. I mean, they just spent this little bit of time we had before the set started dancing.
Yeah, and that's what you want. That's
they are totally relaxed.
That's what you want. I mean, well, wouldn't you be? You just battled and dodged a huge...
I don't know if I would be.
Well, you dodged a huge bullet. Now you have at least a set cushion. You're up 2-1. You're one set away from advancing.
It's fun to see the personalities of these teams from all across the country. Taylor Tracy starts things out in a positive light for North Carolina. Knowing what the weather is outside, Dana, I'm ready for a 5-setter. How about you? Let's stay in here as long as we can.
You go pick up the car and then pick me up. It is cold out there.
Van Winden with the kill. Anderson with the kill. Van Winden back to serve. Untouched, point UCLA.
Yeah, that ball not even close right there. Tracy trying to go high hands, doesn't get anything, flies straight out.
Van Winden back to serve for UCLA. Her mom was an All-American outside hitter. Her dad was a basketball player. Sister, a volleyball player at Cal Poly. Now Bushler bringing it from the left side.
Yeah, Bushler has really been the steadying force on UCLA all evening long. When you need a point, when you need someone to put that ball away, she is reliable on the outside.
And Tracy again. She's accounted for both North Carolina points here early in this fourth set.
Back to serve is Doyle.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Sheila Doyle, the senior, one of the few Tar Heels ending their careers.
And that's another thing to think about when you are playing in these cutthroat lose and go home situations and you're a senior. It can get a little tense out there, knowing that it might be your last college volleyball match.
Doyle and Curry, both seniors for the Tar Heels. Point UCLA. Taylor Tracy, a redshirt senior for North Carolina as well, but North Carolina's positioned itself for success in the future with the recruiting class that Joe Segula has and the current players coming back. This North Carolina team is going to be a force to be reckoned with for a while. Some miscommunication there on the UCLA side of the net. Not sure what happened there. North Carolina wins the rally as a result.
Take a look at it here. There's, wow, almost a three-way collision. And you know what? If you're a coach and you see that, you're frustrated, but at least the players are not going away from the ball. They're being aggressive. They're all going for it.
I mean, from where she jumped from and where she hit, that was a huge leap.
She came out of nowhere and ripped it. The freshman, check this out. She says, clear a path, clear the runway, I'm coming through.
I think she could dunk from the free throw line. Leaf, good dig there by Chandler. Leaf again, finds the opening.
Leaf seems to really want the ball, and I believe that in this situation, why not give her as many sets as possible? If she's going to bring it like that, she is going to be successful.
Just a redshirt sophomore. 17 kills tonight. Point UCLA. Frager in the middle gets the kill.
There's that quick in the middle. Look at the hustle. Almost going over the top. I really like that effort. Even though you might not have a shot, you never know until you get there, right?
Tar Heels have been diving over the scores table all night. Here's in the middle, McCorkle getting the kill for North Carolina. Leaf back to serve. Leaf will be another one of those players back for North Carolina last year. Native of State College, Pennsylvania. She was very happy about that win over Penn State, more so than a lot of the other players on the team. Point North Carolina.
A net violation by UCLA, giving the point to North Carolina. And you said UCLA is relaxed. I believe they are. And it can go one of two ways when you're really relaxed. You can start playing really well, or that other team can step up. And right now it's North Carolina stepping up with an ace.
How about that ace? Just where it went, Dane. I mean, that went cross court untouched.
And the bottom just drops out at the last second. It looks like it's going out, and then it drops. That's the beauty of a great jump floater.
Fooled Formico. That's tough to do. Tar Heels up by 3. Make it 2. Good block by Lawless.
Lawless and Bushler up there. And seeing some emotion out of Riley Bushler. Starting to feel it. You know, when it's a big deal to get to that Elite 8. And that's what's on the line. What a set. Kylie Miller putting it in perfect position right there.
Van Winden with the kill for UCLA. Scholes.
That's why I say you got to go for that deep corner, because there's just so much court back there, and usually there's no defender. Really smart shot by the freshman.
Julia Scholes, 8 kills tonight. Only 1 hitting error. She's got 9 digs as well and 2 blocks. Scholes, the ACC Freshman of the Year. Mosman inserted into the lineup to serve. She's been very good tonight behind that service line. Felix tooling the block, and Mosman's only allowed to serve 1 serve. Side out UCLA.
Point Bruins. Back to serve number 11, Taylor Formico.
Formico with some nice hands. Set it up perfect on the outside.
And that kill was perfectly placed as well. We're tied at 9. Formico can't dig that, but she's got 17 for the match.
Just such quick reactions, such quick hands, Formico. And she doesn't flinch. I don't care how hard you hit that ball at her. She's got an opportunity and puts herself in position to get it up in the air.
Tar Heels up by 1. Curry serving. And the block by Fields.
Van Winden trying to get that ball across court, but Fields is all over it. Cross court hit. Nowhere to go.
Service ace. That's the 5th ace of the match for the Tar Heels. And Curry back to try to deliver one more as she gives North Carolina the 1-point lead here in this must-win set for the Tar Heels. They're down 2 sets to 1.
Yeah, the big difference right here in this point differential is the toughness of serve, where North Carolina has stepped it up with a few aces, a few troubles for UCLA, and that's been the difference. It's all about that risk and reward from the back line. You got to go for it, and sometimes as a match gets a little later, you stop thinking about it and you just start keeping the ball in. You got to keep on going for it, trying to score points from the service there.
Taylor Tracy. Tracy, first team All-ACC selection this year. She's getting close to double figures tonight. That's her 9th kill. Good swing there by Frager.
Frager with her 10th kill, hitting over 560 right now. Very reliable in the middle.
Good block by Bushler. She was waiting on it.
She is jacked up. She is fired up right there. She pressed hard with that right hand at the last second to take away the angle and solo block it straight down. Beautiful technique.
Bushler 6'1", Tracy 6'2". That's long, untouched point UCLA. And the Bruins now have come back to tie the set at 13. If they can win this set, they're moving on to face Minnesota tomorrow night. Seen a lot of 5-setters today, though, nationally.
That was a great point scoring opportunity for UCLA. They're trying to get a touch call, and it's not going to happen. Point for North Carolina.
There's a lot of selling going on out here tonight, Dame, but the refs aren't buying it. Everybody's calling for that touch.
And that ball needed to be hit inbound, so you're not relying on that touch. Great opportunity for UCLA, but they could not capitalize.
Doyle tying her shoe. And now getting ready to serve. Doyle very active in the community service outside of volleyball. Bushler again.
Riley Bushler, 18 kills on the night, leading all hitters.
I know her dad's helping coach the Lakers right now, but I hope he gets to see this because his daughter's played a heck of a match tonight. Responds, and North Carolina edges in front by a point. The Tar Heels must win this set to keep their season alive.
Feel alive when something just happened in the game that left you completely flabbergasted. Wait, what? Did that one player / coach / mascot really just do that? You can't be the only one trying to make sense of this. So grab your phone, open Facebook, press this, and go live. Ask your friends if that actually happened. It did. Then debate how that's even possible. All right, just remember, there's still plenty of game left.
Sweden's greetings. We're bringing more merriment to the holiday season with a special offer on a brand new Volvo. Each comes equipped with standard features, like engine remote start to keep you warm this winter, and built-in Wi-Fi so you stay connected. Wherever your holiday travels may take you, get there in a brand new Volvo. It's our way of wishing you happy holidays this year. Get 3 months on us when you purchase or lease a new Volvo.
NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship coverage continues with the national semifinals Thursday, December 15th at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship, visit NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Well, UCLA is trying to get to Minnesota tomorrow. The Golden Gophers had 5 players in double-figure kills. Look at UCLA. They got 4 right now, Dane.
Yeah, it's impressive. 18-12, 11-10. Bushler, Felix, Anderson, Frager, all getting in the mix. And you got to give it up to the setters for UCLA, really distributing it. Kylie Miller and Ryan Chandler sharing the setting duties and doing a fantastic job tonight.
Evans with the serve targeting Bushler. That's going to be a point to UCLA.
Back to the match, number 6.
That ball skidded across the net and finally went out. And we're tied at 15. Point North Carolina. Scholes leading the attack for the Tar Heels.
And right now we might be close right now, but all the pressure is on North Carolina. Remember, they are down a set here. The pressure's on. You don't want to wait until 2022. You want to try to get a run here, try to get a little bit of a cushion.
It's win or go home for the Tar Heels in this set. Bushler with the kill. The winner gets Minnesota. And there's the Minnesota coaching staff doing some scouting tonight. Hugh McCutcheon there in the red hoodie, changing out of his formal coaching clothing. It's more like a volleyball player right now.
He could probably get out there and play.
Yeah, he still delivers a big serve. He was serving in practice yesterday. Bushler ready to serve herself, up by 1. And a kill by Miller. You know, Hugh McCutcheon's wife, Wiz, played at UCLA. So some mixed emotions maybe in the McCutcheon family tomorrow, at least in terms of loyalty.
Yeah, if UCLA can finish this off, you're absolutely right. Hugh McCutcheon, such a class act and one of the great volleyball minds. UCLA up 18-16 here in the 4th.
The Campbell's Chunky Everyman All-Star League.
I'd like to dedicate this win to my MVP, Tommy Churchill.
The man gets Father of the Year mugs from other people's kids.
Didn't you trade Churchill?
Man, I don't want to talk about it. Campbell's Chunky Soup, the hearty way to fuel your game.
Hi, check out the all-new Chrysler Pacifica. Nice, right? Tell her Pacifica is the most awarded minivan of the year. Wow. It's an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus.
Get more than a great deal during the Chrysler Big Finish event.
Now back here in Minneapolis, UCLA trying to advance to the regional final to meet Minnesota tomorrow night. The Tar Heels desperately trying to extend this match to 5 sets. UCLA up 18-16 here in the 4th, leading 2 sets to 1. Bushler runs it down. This has got to go over, and it does. I mean, was there anything that Bushler did not do in that rally?
She is incredible. This is some of the best volleyball that I've seen Riley Bushler play. And it's not just what she's doing at the net, it's everywhere. It's defensively, it's emotionally, it's ways she's being such a great teammate and really the cornerstone of this UCLA team right now. It's pretty awesome to watch.
Fricano sides out for the Tar Heels. Bushler 19 kills, 21 digs, 2 blocks, 2 assists. Mosman in to serve for North Carolina. And this time it is Felix down the line.
Felix has really delivered, especially in transition. It seems like she is the Terminator, the go-to when you want to put that thing away.
Formico ready to serve. Big swing there on the right side by McCorkle.
Back in the match, number 17.
And right now, it's really getting pressure time for North Carolina.
Yeah, they need to run. Down 2. What a rally.
What a rally, but not very pretty right there.
It wasn't pretty, but it was dramatic. This is Tatiana Dura showing some stress.
And you know, that was a really big point. Instead of it being 21-18, it's 20-19, and North Carolina is right in the mix as they tie it up.
Sydney Fields gets the block and says right now, as the Tar Heels on a 3-0 run have tied the score at 20. Again, the season hangs in the balance for North Carolina. UCLA, 5 points from the regional final. The Tar Heels, 5 points from either going home or going to a 5th set.
And you can't say enough about Riley Bushler, who is on the verge of having her first 2020 match. She's got 19 kills right now, 21 digs already. That is a career high for Bushler. Her previous high was 15. She did that twice, and 21 digs. Spectacular to have such an all-around game. You know, sometimes you come out and you have a great offensive game. She's having a great offensive game, a defensive game, an emotional game, and really stepped up her level. I think she's making a breakthrough tonight to a whole nother level that she hasn't seen before.
Well, she averages 3 kills per set. She averages 2 digs per set. Last week against Baylor, 13 kills, 6 digs. So that's just how astronomical her numbers are tonight compared to where she's been. Well, what a match for Bushler. If it were not for her, you'd have to think that North Carolina could be winning this match. And she has single-handedly really put the Bruins on her back tonight. But again, that's a characteristic of both these teams. They have a lot of weapons. In fact, all 4 of our regional semifinalists, Dane, I think, had that same characteristic. There wasn't just that one player you could take out of a match. They all have a lot of weapons.
Right. Balance, that's how they've gotten to this position.
Curry to serve. We're tied at 20. Anderson gives UCLA the 1-point advantage.
You know what it is about Anderson? It's the confidence that she has. She wants that ball in the clutch. She wants it in the pressure situation. And she has, you know, the chops to back it up and put that ball away.
Two in a row for Anderson, and it's a 2-point Bruin advantage.
The Bruins are stepping up to the challenge. Just when North Carolina starts to put a little pressure on, there's Anderson absolutely crushing it cross court.
And Scholes, perfectly placed kill for the freshman to bring North Carolina within one.
Scholes says, not just yet.
Scholes with the serve. And the Tar Heel block gives North Carolina the point. Fields and Tracy combined were tied at 22.
Took a lot of discipline to stay home on that line block. That was absolutely incredible. Riley Bushler with her 24th dig takes a stab at it and keeps that ball alive. Van Winden finally getting the kill cross court.
UCLA 2 points from the regional final, but the Tar Heels only down one. Taylor Leaf ties it at 23.
Just a battle. We said these two teams were well matched, and we're seeing them give it their all back and forth. It's a game-to-2 now to claim this set.
It's a match point or a set point at the conclusion of this rally as well. It will be match point UCLA. A point away from a regional final matchup with Minnesota. But again, the Tar Heels only down one and want a timeout to talk it over as the season hangs in the balance for North Carolina.
Yeah. 4 attempts for Riley Bushler. I wanted to say she finally has a 20-20, but she's stuck at 19 kills. She had about 4 attempts in that last rally to get a kill. Couldn't get it done, but Jordan Anderson gets that nice tip to the corner. You can see all the players on the court are absolutely exhausted. There's some long rallies going on where the ball just is not finding its way to the floor, but now UCLA 1 point away.
You mentioned long rallies. I mean, that last one, case in point.
Yeah.
What a rally at 23-all. Here it is in its entirety.
Just incredible. Not the perfect swings, but there's Bushler again, trying to give it her all and put the ball away. She gets in time for a soft block. UCLA with another chance. Soft blocking on both sides has been so effective, keeping the ball in play. Soft block when that ball doesn't terminate, but it keeps in play. And finally, Anderson with a nice tip, a smart tip to the deep corner when the defense was shallow.
I counted 27 shots in that rally, and it gives UCLA match point. It'll be Jordan Anderson serving on UCLA's first match point. And Taylor Leaf saves it.
Wow, I just can't believe that UCLA was not expecting that tip shot. We've seen it so often, and they have to make the adjustment. Leith likes that shot, and to have that opportunity at match point and let it go by is unfortunate for the Bruins.
That was her 20th kill, third time in her career she's reached that milestone. Another match point coming for UCLA is Frager doing damage in the middle.
Frager hitting 500, actually make it 524. That's her 11th kill in 21 attempts.
Match point number 2 for UCLA. The Tar Heels respond.
White Tar Heels.
That was another rally that just would not end. Whistler with multiple opportunities to get the kill, and she's giving it her all. It's just the block is too strong right now, and the defense from North Carolina.
And that was McCorkle with that dynamic block. But UCLA keeps winning these points when they're tied, and the Bruins now have a third chance to make the regional final. And it's Bushler back to serve. This time, Scholes keeps the Tar Heels alive. We're 26 all. 3 match points have evaporated for UCLA. North Carolina desperately trying to push it to a 5th set.
Oh, that tip way too high.
And it is Van Winden who gives UCLA a 4th match point.
The North Carolina fans are livid. They wanted a double contact, and they cannot believe it, but it's been called consistent all night.
UCLA is moving on to the regional final, defeating North Carolina in a hard-fought 4-setter. On the 4th match point for the Bruins, they finally secure their spot in that regional final tomorrow night against Minnesota. Wow.
Yeah, that was incredible. We knew it was going to be a matchup. We knew very even teams, number 7 versus number 10 seed, going at it, and it did not disappoint. It was really, a dogfight back and forth. And I really liked the way and what I saw from North Carolina. They just did not have the answer. The speed of UCLA was just a little bit too much, and it looked like UCLA, they wanted it a little more. They were able to stay loose in the pressure situations, and that was the difference.
Now Mike Seeley moving back to the regional final. He's made a lot of comparisons between this team and the 2011 national championship team. This was the 4th match point UCLA had. So the Tar Heels just would not go away.
Formico made a point that she was not going to allow the tip to go down. She got that ball up, and then it was all about converting on offense. UCLA moving on to the final 8 teams in the NCAA tournament.
Well, we had 2 4-setters here, Dane, but they were 2 of the most fun 4-setters I can remember this season. That was some good volleyball we witnessed tonight here in Minneapolis. And so the regional finals are set. Nebraska will face Washington, Texas gets Creighton, Wisconsin against Stanford, and here in Minneapolis, the Golden Gophers will put their 35-match home court win streak on the line against the Bruins of UCLA.
Yeah, just exciting, really high level, and I cannot wait to see the next round.
Well, we knew this one would be close. It absolutely was. But UCLA moves on to the regional finals. So for Dane Blanton, I'm saying so long from Minnesota, where the final score is UCLA 3, North Carolina 1. Coming up next on the ESPNU NCAA FCS Football Championship presented by Northwestern Mutual, Sam Houston State taking on James Madison.